Okay, we're in front of 456 41st Avenue, St. Pete Beach, and today we have with us Mike Franzik from Avid Construction. Anyway, Mike's gonna give you a quick synopsis of what he sees here with the house.
Okay, Dave and I have just finished walking through the house, and I've done a lot of work in this neighborhood, and I've been a licensed contractor in Florida for 32 years, originally from upstate New York. But anyway, this, I believe, is a Ruttenberg house. I don't know what year it was built, but Ruttenberg is famous for the split plan, and they built a very good house. So this house has very solid bones. And just looking at it without checking the original plans, but I have a feeling it's a Ruttenberg, which is a good thing. So the roof obviously is in good shape. The soffits are in good shape. They need some caulking and painting. Obviously, we have some caulking and painting to do on the outside. The windows are the old awning windows, which are serviceable but not ideal. So I think in the long term, you would probably want to plan on getting those replaced with a new vinyl window of some sort. Anyway, entering the house, it's a beautiful day today, by the way. It's going to be 80 degrees. It's February 1st.
Yeah, wild.
So the terrazzo floors, first of all, are fabulous. I have them in my house. I had them redone, repolished, and you won't believe the difference between what you see now and when you get this polished. I would really resist doing tile or carpet. Once you do this floor, then with area rugs, it's a thing of beauty. Now this one's probably from the 60s. Doesn't look like it's ever been polished, but when you're down here sometime, I can take you to one that was recently polished, and they're fabulous floors. They're bulletproof. They have no grout seams. And they're here, and all it takes is polishing, and it's just like it's like a brand new car.
All right.
So there's a split plan, which is a Ruttenberg, and so anyway, we kind of walk through everything, and Dave tells me, I guess your plan is to rent it for some and use it some. The good news, it's got solid plaster walls, not drywall, which is kind of a premium finish nowadays. Not many people do that anymore. We talked about the windows.
And these are called awning style windows.
Aluminum windows, which at the time were state of the art, but they've really, in the single pane, so you don't really get any insulation value off of them. And these don't seem bad. I mean, if you wanted to keep them, fine.
What kind of windows would you suggest, and what kind of budget
like
should
a hollow vinyl window, which is they have a medium grade. They have expensive ones too, but they have a medium grade, which I put in a lot, and they work really good.
Okay.
So, so anyway, windows for the time being, okay. You may want to think about replacing them.
What do you think? 25,000 bucks for the whole house, roughly?
I think that'd be on the outside. I think that's probably, right there or a little high.
Okay, a little high.
Yeah. So, but that's okay. It depends on what grade. You may want E-glass and all that stuff. Don't really know. Then we speak. And Dave and I talked about the electrical system. I looked at the panel in the garage, which we'll get to. It's an old fuse system. It's up to you guys if you want to change it all out or not. But I think you need to look at your big picture in the long term, what your use for the house is going to be. Right now, I think you can rent this out as it is with paint and some TLC and be fine. Now, if you really want to improve everything, I think the first thing I would look at is the kitchen. So, anyway, we're in the bathroom here, and I think this is the guest bathroom. They've replaced the toilet, obviously, with a dual flush. Doesn't match, but it's it's a white one, but it is a dual flush, which is kind of neat. This tile is original, which is American Olean tile, good quality stuff. Kind of a medium color for a rental.
Okay, this is where the battery of the camera died. So Mike was saying for a rental, you don't have to do a lot to the bathrooms.
Okay, Mike, here we go.
Okay, Mike, here we go.
All right.
Mike's reading the. Is that Gideon's Bible there?
This is actually it's a Bible, and I think it's anyway it's what's left in the house here, which is kind of interesting with this piece of furniture, which is nice.
Okay.
So, anyway,
let's get back to
this
work.
is take two.
All right, so we were in the bathroom, and Mike was telling us in the guest bathroom that you know, it's kind of original. Remove the wallpaper and a little paint will be okay. The shower,
A new light fixture.
get a new light fixture.
If you
Yeah,
wanted to get a toilet that matches, they do make a toilet that matches the tile, but that's up to you.
yeah.
And then
You can maybe even find a place that can match the replaceable tile here.
it's a long shot. I've done that in the past, but whether they're still in business, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Anyway, but for a rental, you know, I think you're okay with just paint and a new light fixture
Okay.
and paint and cleanup. And the house is real nice, real solid.
Okay.
And we talked about the floors. These doors are very good. You know, these are good quality doors that looks like they kind of stained them, which they could either be restained or painted either way, but they're good quality doors. So that's
Okay.
the thing.
Got it.
The popcorn ceilings are popcorn in some places and smooth in others, which is kind of interesting. This is a bathroom number. Is this two? Is this
Yeah, this is the master bathroom. Yep.
Same condition as the other one. I think if you just change some lighting for the rental and you know, clean it up, remove the wallpaper and paint, a new shower rod, and you'd be okay.
Okay.
You know, whether you want to mess with the plumbing at this point, it's all your call. This all seems to work, but anyway,
Okay.
all seems to work.
Okay.
Um,
And we have a beautiful day today.
yeah, beautiful day. It's going to be 80 degrees February 1st, and this is the master bedroom, I take it, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Same thing, terrazzo floors. We talked about those.
Mike noticed a little staining on this wall. He doesn't think it's from moisture, right? It's
I think it's just from their headboard, probably.
Okay.
React a little bit with the paint.
Okay.
Um, Even if it was moisture, the nice thing about the plaster, you don't have to worry about it. It's just paint and done.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe when they replace the roof, looks like the roof is relatively new.
The relatively new roof. Yeah. What are you thinking? Maybe 5 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
So on the outside, we're looking at some of this, you know, on the soffits and stuff. It's not terrible. It just needs caulking and painting. And on the pool deck, that can be redone or repainted or resurfaced with a. I just did one out, and it's not allowed. They used an acrylic surface, and it was really nice, and it wasn't terribly expensive. It looked brand new. So
Okay. So, and it does need a filter system for the pool.
where's the filter?
It goes right here.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah. It is gone, and so really no way to check to see if there's any plumbing leaks.
What happened to it?
It's, I have no idea. That's a mystery. So.
Somebody helped themselves.
So you can probably spend $2,500 to
Yeah.
$4,000 replacing that,
we
depending
have
on.
good people that do that too. So.
Mike, you have a good guy. Okay.
Yeah, several of them to choose
Okay.
from, and
And the
it's a
AC,
nice pool.
huh?
Nice pool.
It is a nice pool, yeah. The ACs could put,
So
has-
that needs to be replaced. We
Yeah.
have good people on that too.
yeah.
Um,
What's this? What is that?
um,
You know, you're not using that to fill up an oil tank in the basement.
well, it's sealed up. It may be an old oil tank.
Huh.
You know,
Okay.
because sometimes they had oil heaters in these houses.
Okay.
But
Now,
I-
Mike, you were
it may
starting
not
to
be.
talk about the fuse box in here.
Yeah, we have lights in here. No walls in there.
No.
Anyway, the fuse box, I mean, just like the rest of the house, looks pretty solid. It's old, but, you know, I would talk to an electrician if you're going to, major remodel the house about getting this redone. For a rental, yeah, I think it's probably okay for now.
Okay, so as far as inspection in the bank and all that, they're okay with these old fuse
I think
boxes?
so, yeah. I mean, these are all over the Northeast. You guys are from Detroit. You know what the fuse box looks like. You know, nowadays they use a breaker panel.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't see anything really wrong with this.
Okay. And garage door, they probably need to spend maybe $3,000 max, maybe get a new
Yes.
door and
And that's a good door, insulated and installed properly with an opener and a remote control and all that stuff.
Okay. And here's where the air handler probably
Yeah,
goes.
that's probably all got to be redone.
Okay.
But both Dave and I have sources for that. And, you know,
And Mike, you said you think the hot water heater looks okay.
it looks pretty, well, I don't know how old it is. It's probably got a date on it here someplace. It's 40 gallons, which is depending on what you're doing. Let's see. Couldn't find it, Dana. But I mean, it looks relatively new to me.
Yeah.
You know, within the
Yeah.
last 4 or 5 years anyway.
Yeah.
But they don't have any test on it.
That's cool.
Anyway, you know, you've got an electric monitor from Progress Energy. I'll get rid of it. It's not even worth having, but that's up to you.
No, that's one of those things they sold to all the people who
You haven't been up in the attic yet.
haven't been.
So it's without getting the light in there, it's stick built, which isn't necessarily bad.
It's stick built?
Yeah, and instead of being trusses, you know, before they started using trusses, they would just build, you know, with individual pieces of wood. You know, these are like 2x8s, which is fine. And they've got a roof deck up there that's called resawn pine, which is good. You know, nothing wrong with it.
Can't really see. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty dark up there, can't really see it.
Okay. All right, so let's go look at the kitchen and see what you think of that, Mike.
Yeah, well, the kitchen, we haven't turned on the appliances or anything, but it depends on what your budget is now and what you want to do. For rental, you know, it's kind of a funky rental. It might be okay if you wanted to do a relatively, you know, an intermediate kitchen, or if you want to, you know, go to the max on the thing. But I've done a lot of kitchens all over the place. You know, we can do an IKEA kitchen here for a reasonable price that would look very, very good. Dave has spoke about, and you know, the open plan, when they built these houses, nobody wanted to see the kitchen, so they put these walls all the way around it. Nowadays, everybody wants an open plan. This could be modified to an open plan, I think, relatively easily. They have to look at the structure up above to give you a real opinion about that. But
well, we have AC up here, right?
yeah, that could be run through a big ceiling though, too.
Okay.
It's not fatal, particularly if you're going to redo the stuff. So
you could technically open up the wall and put a counter.
yeah,
in here.
the walls could go, I think, but we may have to put a beam across to support it. You know, that's the X factor.
Okay, so yeah.
But as far as cabinetry goes, you know, this stuff is pretty. It's not bad, but it's old, you know, and kind of smells funky too. So I would, it's your call, but you know, we can give you a price on the kitchen to redo something. You know, if it's a 2 or 3 year plan, or if you want to do the whole thing, that's fine too.
You should see the IKEA kitchen that Mike put in his house. It is totally hip. In fact, we'll shoot a little video of that.
Yeah, we can send photos of that.
Yeah. So that you can probably do one of those for, you know, $10,000 plus appliances, another $5,000 maybe.
Yeah, like a $15,000 budget would work.
Yeah.
It wouldn't include taking out this wall.
Right.
The wall is a little bit more, but to do this kitchen, yeah, you're looking 10, 15, something like that. So
Okay.
that includes appliances. So, you know, my basic impression is a pretty solid little house. And, you know, it's got good bones, which is, you know, you don't have to worry about any structural failures or anything like that. It's got a great view. And, you know, it could be brought up to be a pretty cool house.
What do you think of the seawall, Mike? We walked out there, but I don't think we really looked at it. Yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's take a look at that. We're walking up to the seawall. Just bear with us here. Oops, I'm sorry. So, the docks certainly look nice.
What's that water going from?
It's probably just a drainage thing from somebody
Yeah.
up there. You know, I really don't know. Maybe they're backwashing their pool, and that's where it goes.
Could be. Yeah.
Anyway, the seawall looks kind of original. So here's the modern seawall over here. I'm not a seawall expert, but I deal with a lot of people that buy houses that need seawalls. Dan Sapp is an expert seawall company. This is original, which is concrete, and then it's got a cap, which is kind of cracked up. So I think you'd really get some more years out of it, but it's really your call. If you point over here, Dave, you see your neighbor has this fiber plastic seawall with a new cap on it, and that's kind of the current technology. But anyway, there's plenty of good seawall companies around here, and the one that I've dealt with I find pretty honest is Dan Sapp and SAPP.
Okay.
And they could give you a firm estimate of what, and they may be able to remodel it somehow, you know.
Yeah, they might be able to put one of those caps right on the original wall. Who knows?
Well, they
You
can
know?
do that, but I see these panels are a little bit broken here.
Yeah,
But they're not about to fall over.
yeah. I think it'd take a hell of a storm to beat this one up because
Yeah,
they're
so
over
I
in the
mean, it's
corner.
really your call aesthetically. You could just fill the cracks and live with it, you know.
Yeah.
Great view.
Yeah, and there's the Intracoastal Waterway Channel. You can actually see it today because it's a nice sunny
Well,
day.
You can see Tropicana Field from your porch. You see downtown St. Pete right here.
Yeah.
Tropicana
The
Field
lights
is
of the city
that
at night.
mushroom-looking thing. You can see downtown St. Pete. See Signature Place, which I've done a lot of remodeling in. This is the building to the furthest right. So there you go. Nice view. It's like, whoa, nice day.
Yeah. Okay,
It's a
so
nice day. We should go boating, Dave.
we should get out the little sport boat. So, but this looks like a relatively new piling. It's got all the.
Hard to say.
They painted it, I see.
Yeah. Well, it looks good. I mean, those things
Yeah.
are good for 40 years.
Yeah.
This thing looks like it could probably be replaced
Yeah.
before you hung much on it, you know. But the
They
dock is good.
they painted it silver to make it look good.
Yeah, they aren't expensive though. Those things are expensive, Dave.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
depending on their boat, on an electric one or something, you know.
So over here, you probably got about a foot or two of water on the this side of the dock. And
Where's the tide now? It's
over here, tide's about medium. It's about
Yeah.
slack tide. So yesterday it was up higher. The water. See that line on the piling there?
yeah.
That top
That's your
line.
high tide,
Yeah, that's where high tide was.
Well, it's
So-
a nice little beach. You know, I don't know, if you want to wade out here, it's nice. I mean, you
Well,
know,
the thing is, they could suck some of this sand and put it over there and make a bigger beach on this side.
could do that too. Yeah. But I mean, it's not bad. It's kind of nice to have a wading spot where you can go and wade around over your head.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
It's pretty clear today too, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Pile up the sand, you don't need a new seawall. Okay.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Mike.
All right,
I think that's pretty much. You'd say.
I
See,
say-
it's on the market for $659,
Yeah.
and
Is
you
this
know,
running still?
Yeah, it's still running.
Okay.
And they're going to put an offer in around 5, just under 5, and they figure they're going to have to put about 100 into it
Yeah.
eventually. So then you have a house that's worth $657 maybe.
Well, is this? I mean, it's a great neighborhood. I've known people that have lived back here and bought back here, built back here. I've done some work back here. It's a great neighborhood, good location, safe, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so it's got all the pluses. you know.
So to get it rentable, I'm thinking $25,000 with the AC and the heater and some paint and spit.
And a pool, and I'm doing a house on the beach in Treasure Island, and they do weekly rentals or monthly rentals, and they rent it for $7,000 a week,
$7,000 a week during season.
$28,000 a month, and it runs pretty much all year
Oh,
round.
$700 a week.
No, 7,000 a week.
$7,000 a week,
Yeah.
$28,000 a month.
Yes, and they're getting
Wow.
it. It's on the beach.
Oh,
But
that's it.
but it gives you an idea, and it's only a mile away from here. The beach
Yeah.
is only right up here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what this neighborhood has is a beach access too.
Yeah, they got a parking lot
So I
right
mean,
there.
that's pretty strong.
Yeah, it
you
is.
know.
Yeah.
So
And this, unlike a lot of the houses on the canals, you have a wide open water view, and it is beautiful.
yeah,
So
Can't
this
beat it.
literally is. I mean, this is $1 million view.
right. And it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Nothing ever be built in front of you. So
That's true. Okay,
got
Mike.
a lot of pluses. Nice house. You know,
Thanks.
I'd go for it.
All right. Okay.
We booked a 7-day cruise on our summer vacation. Ended up lost in this island nation. Saturday morning, a walk in the sand. The rhythmic beat of this tropical band.